Hai, Assalamualaikum. The title for this video is The Impact of Flash Database, Private Network, and the Internet and the Web on Privacy. My group's members are NURALYA binti NORDIN, HAZIQAHFAIZ binti ZULKIFLI, ALSYIRA binti M.YUNUS, and the last one is TENGKU and SYAMIMI binti TENGKU MAZLAN. Flash Database. Here is the example of Flash Database. It is used by large organizations to compile information about us daily. It also be known by the firms that need to deal with a huge number of records about resources and people. Big data. Big data is exploding and ever-growing. Around 90% of the data collected has been collected over the last 2 years. Data collectors include government agencies, telephone companies, social networking sites, search engines, financial institutions, supermarket scanners, and the last one is credit card companies. Here is the impact of Flash Database on privacy. First is information resellers or brokers. Collect and sell personal data. Information resellers or information brokers collect and sell personal data to a various customers such as marketing companies that can help the marketing companies to produce something based on the information provided. Create electronic profiles. Information brokers collect large volume of detailed information about an individual's attribute, activities, and behavior through the electronic profiles. Second is personal information is a marketable commodity, such as collecting public but personally identifying information, such as Google Street View. You can see all of the things that have been captured along the street with Google Street View. Spreading information without personal consent. The one that have a data and software can many times spread the data without personal consent. Spreading inaccurate information. Cases like identity theft and mistaken identity are some of the problems that were triggered only after large database came into play. The last one is Freedom of Information Act. Entitlement to look at your records held by government agencies.
Private network. A private network is a connection within a specific network wherein restrictions are established to promote a secure environment. This type of network can be configured in such a way that devices outside the network cannot access it. Only a selected set of devices can access this type of network depending on the setting encoded in the network router and access point. Employee monitoring software. Employers can monitor email legally. A proposed law could prohibit this type of electronic monitoring or at least require the employer to notify the employee first. Advantage of private network. First is better control. With private network, utility maintain control over traffic and always ensure enough capacity for smart grid communication. Second is network ability. Utilities are able to build extensive redundancy, backup power, and additional site repair the system when needed and enjoy better remote coverage with longer range access. Third is no monthly fees. Since the private network is privately owned and operated, there are any monthly fees. And last is increased security. Increased security can control access to the network so there an inherent level of security within the grid. Example of private network. First is a corporate network and second is network in school.
The Internet and the Web. Illusion of anonymity. Anonymity describes situation where the acting person identity is unknown. These days, many people are not concerned about privacy when surfing the internet or when sending email. The truth of the matter is we are too careless with our personal detail. While many people share aspects of their real life, others flourish in what they believe to be anonymity. These people often want to be under surveillance. As long as they are anonymous, internet identity cannot be tied back to their actual one. When browsing the web, critical information is stored on the hard drive in this location, which is history file, temporary internet file, cookies, privacy mode, and spyware. First is history file. Include location or addresses of site you have recently visited. A history file is the list most web browsers maintain of downloaded page in a season so that user can quickly review everything that has been retrieved. However, history file can be cleared or altered easily. A history file records all the websites that were visited recently, generally in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and also record the individual web page access at each site. Erasing a history file does not simply clear the history listing, it also wipes out the list of recently visited websites typically shown from the web browser's address bar. Second is temporary internet files or browser cache. Save files from visited website offer quickly redisplay when you return to the site. Temporary internet file is a folder used by Microsoft Windows for storing browser's cache. The directory is widely used by all installed web browsers, especially Internet Explorer, for saving the content of web page or website visited by the user. It helps in speeding up the loading of page from frequently visited sites and is also used for offline browsing. Next is cookies. Cookies are small data files that are deposited on your hard disk from websites you have visited. Its purpose is to remember information about you, similar to a preference file created by a software application. Part of cookies consists of two, which is first-party cookies and third-party cookies. First-party cookies are generated only by website you are visiting. Third-party cookies are generated by an advertising company that is affiliated with the website, also known as tracking cookies that keep track of your internet activity through third-party cookies. Refer to the accompanying graphic displaying how to block third-party cookies.
Next is privacy mode. Privacy mode is to keep your professional account activities separate from your private account activities. There are two of them, incognito mode and private browsing. For incognito mode is mean none of your browsing history, cookies, and site data or information entered in phone are saved on your device. This means your activity doesn't show up in your Chrome browser history, so people who also use your device won't see your activity, for example in Google Chrome. Private browsing. Private browsing is privacy feature in some web browsers. When operating in such a mode, the browser creates a temporary session that is isolated from the browser main session and user data. For example, in Safari and Firefox. The last one is privacy threat. A privacy threat occurs when an attacker is able to link a record owner to a sensitive attribute in a published data table. There are two types of threat, web bugs and spyware. For web bug is used to track user activity. A file object is placed on a web page or in an email message, usually a 1-pixel transparent GIF picture, although it can also be a visible image as well. For spyware is any software that tracks your online activity or install app without your permission in order to profit or collect personal information. Spyware also gathers your personal information and relays it to advertisers, data firms, or external users. It also used to trade and sell your internet usage data, capture your credit card or bank account information, or steal your personal identity. There are two recommended software to fit this, which is computer monitoring software and anti-spyware program. Computer monitoring software is used to monitor and track user, application, and network service operation and activities on computer or enterprise system. And the last one is anti-spyware program. Anti-spyware program can detect and remove unwanted spyware program. That's all from us. Thank you.